I want to start off this message with the disclaimer. And is this message isn't to challenge, argue, dispute, one up anything that has to do with the dark one and the dark energy and dark ones that animate from that entity. He has many names, Lucifer is one. This message is about God. And the only reason why I'm even going to speak on that dark one today is for clarification, to clear up any confusion that people may have as to the role of that dark one and who God really is. So with that said, the word today is nothing is impossible for the Most High God. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. I feel like, there has just been, with religion over the years and, with Christ and with Mary and with everything that has happened, a lot of people have become disillusioned when it comes to who God is in their life and the type of relationship that they should have with God. The bottom line is that there is only one source, one God, whatever you want to call it, creator, whatever religion you are, God is everything. And we are reflections, different fractal expressions, reflections, iterations of God, everything in totality, the light, the dark, all of it is an expression of God. But God is unconditional love and light. The darkness, the contrast exist so that you can see how you have to improve. Period. There are some who really fixate on the dark one because, it's this earth, this realm has been in a state of perversion in the dark matrix. And some will even go as to idolize and worship that entity, for whatever the beliefs are, and study y'all under it. But the thing is, the dark one and all the followers wanted, their aim was to sever us from our connection with the divinity, with the God source that is present. Christ came to let us know is present in all of us. Our God voice, our intuition, the Holy Spirit, the sacrifice of Christ, all in us already. We are divine beings as unique expressions of God. And what really happened in that garden is that we descended as energetic beings from the high frequency God source, Christ consciousness that is our natural state of being. We descended. What all of this about is us ascending back up to frequency, to unify again as a collective with the divine being. Now, when we're talking about time, that's a lot of time that takes, and all of us are in various stages of this ascension journey. But what has happened is that the dark one has, tried to keep that disconnection perpetually. Not just in the physical here, but in the spiritual, in terms of our energy, our spirits in unification, complicating, messing up the natural order of things, the laws of the universe. And now see, God, I told you, I have said before, if God doesn't want to control me, why do you want to control me? God doesn't like stepping in. God likes to let things flow. God gives us the power of choice, but it has gone too far. It has gone too far. And as we've learned, a lot of us growing up religious, but here we're talking spiritual, the battle has already been won, y'all. God is everything. And when you hear people say God is nothing, God is everything and nothing. Like, everything begins and ends with God. And literally, that's what it means. Everything will begin and end. And so I guess you can think of the Dark One kind of as like an anomaly in the Matrix, like in the Matrix, I forget the name of the agent, but the code is corrupted. So we have a choice. We, as divine beings, with all the light activations, everything happening in our lives, we have a choice to make. Are we going to ascend and see all the possibilities, our brains, our intuition, our abilities to ascend up and really truly realize our potential as divine beings in the physical and in the higher dimension frequencies? Or do you want to stay in the dark matrix with the corrupted code that will eventually not be relevant? Because the universe is going to correct itself and God is going to do that. So I just wanted to say that. Not as a challenge, not because I'm jesting, not because I'm taking on anybody's religion or I'm taking on any karmics or demonics or the things. Clarity for people as spiritual school and education to understand what is actually happening. And with that said, God, like I said, doesn't like to control us. God provides guidance through our intuition and our God voice. So, and it is up to us whether or not we will follow the instructions that are given, because following those instructions are very hard. They require us to be brave. They require us to be honest with ourselves about ourselves and seeing yourself, really seeing yourself, having contrast, having dark things coming in to illuminate things about yourself is hard. It hurts being truthful to yourself and knowing that you have messed up, and then allowing yourself to feel it. But it's not just about the physical or the spiritual part of this, y'all, in terms of our ascension to unify with God and to be the best versions of ourselves. But it also is having physical impacts on us when we don't allow ourselves to heal. I was watching, y'all, I'm all into Gaia. If you don't have that app, check it out. But I was watching one of the programming and it was talking about spiritual hacking. And it was talking about how if we do not allow ourselves to feel, to experience emotions, to feel the trauma, then that energy, if it's not felt and released, it literally gets embedded into our mitochondria and our cells. And that is where we start having cellular breakdown and dysfunction at the cellular level, which causes all the diseases and the things that are happening, as well as mental and emotional, intellectual dysfunction. It's all connected. We have to heal, but we have to choose to heal. And if we choose to stay in a certain state, then that is our decision. And a lot of us tend to say, well, God isn't there. God hasn't done this for me. But you are the main character. I am the main character. We get to choose how we're going to move forward no matter what externally happens to us. Because if we really understand that there really is no distinction between being here on earth in spiritual school in the flesh and then being in the unseen as a spirit, energetic, divine being, there really is no death. It's just a transition from the physical. And God has infinite power over all of it. You understand?